Hello, welcome to GottaBeReel movie reviews with Thommi and Jules. Right now we're reviewing Respect.
Woo!
I don't know why I rolled my R like that.
I don't either.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Respect, okay?
Which is currently in theaters.
Yeah.
This is the one that Aretha wanted. She wanted Jennifer Hudson to play her. Now, we all just watched the one, was on, is it Hulu or Netflix?
It was on Hulu.
Hulu, The Genius.
And
this
TV.
kind of goes, it's almost the same, but there's a few differences that we're going to talk about. Let's first talk about who's in this one, because it was a good one.
So it's PG-13, or as us black folk just call it, Aretha. Because I remember asking my mom, I'm like, you want to see Aretha?
I said that too, and I was typing it in. I'm like, why is Aretha not popping up there? Oh, it's Respect. That's why.
I know,
Ding.
Right?
Okay.
Right, so, as she mentioned earlier, so Jennifer Hudson stars in this, and she plays Aretha as an adult. But Sky Dakota Turner plays her as a young girl, and she really sings, and she can sing well.
Let me tell you,
she can blow.
How many times in this? I'm not a crier, okay? I'm a horror movie G. I watch gruesome, gory stuff.
You cried?
No, I didn't say I cried. I said my eyes welled up about 12 times in this movie.
She cried.
I did not cry, Jules. There may have been pollen or something in my eye. I don't know, but I didn't cry. But I'm saying, listening to Jennifer Hudson's voice alone, and then a little girl, you would just be like, oh my God.
Are you about to cry right now?
No. Something in my eye.
Okay, so Forrest Whitaker plays her father, C.L. Franklin.
Killing the role like he always does.
Yep. Marlon Wayans plays her husband, Ted White.
He was very serious. I like this side of him. I really do.
Kimberly Scott played Mama Franklin. You know her from Medium, Guess Who, Falling Down. Remember that one?
Oh, I love me some Falling. We're going to review that. I told you that.
Review that.
We're going to review that. Love Falling Down.
That movie was
Michael
crazy.
Douglas. Yes.
I have that on DVD too.
I love it.
Talk about me.
I'm buying it digitally.
Mark Moran was Jerry Wexler. And Titus Burgess, who you would know from Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt and Dolomite. He played the Reverend Dr. James Cleveland, and I have not seen him act in a serious role, I don't think, yet. Like, usually
serious.
Yeah, usually he's in comedies, and he's funny.
Like Marlon.
You know, yeah. And this one, he was so serious. I had to, like, do a double take. Like, I was seriously looking. Oh,
is that
Titus. That's Titus. Okay. I appreciated him. They all did a great job. This cast was I can't even list all the rest of the people. There are so many people, great, wonderful actors in this cast, but we would sit here most of the show just listening.
Oh, the cast was outstanding. Their chemistry, it's like, did they all hang out for like 6 months before they did this movie? Because their chemistry was all just on point. It was just pow, pow. And all of it, like, if you were like us and you watched the series, it was kind of harsh. I mean, they didn't back down off any of the controversial stuff in her life. The movie, though, seemed like it was a lot gentler.
I felt like they skimmed over her life.
Like they did with the baby, because because I heard people in front of me who obviously probably hadn't seen the series. They was like, "Huh, is that her pregnant at 12?" I could hear them, but I couldn't talk in the theater. But I could see why they thought that. Because you see her drinking water and pregnant, then next thing you know, she's back older again, and you're like, "What?"
Well, what you see is, and if you read up on Aretha, or just you just know, or you saw the TV show like we did, what they show in the movie is this man coming to her bedroom, talking to her. Why aren't you down at the party? You know, I could be your friend. In her
family's house.
I could be your boyfriend, right? And then next thing you know, you see her just sad. She didn't want to get her hair done because she doesn't want to be pretty. And then next thing you know, she's an adult, and they're like, "What about your kids?" It's like, wait, what?
You're like, what?
I had like whiplash.
I seen there was a flashback of her drinking water in the kitchen.
After they mentioned the 2 kids, they showed nothing. They
right, like, so it didn't follow. It followed for us because we seen the series. But I would have been like, wait a minute. What?
Like, when does she have kids? Yeah.
But I totally got it there. So that's what I'm saying when I think they were a little bit more gentle. And I don't know if it had anything to do with the fact that she wanted Jennifer Hudson to play the role. So maybe her family may have had more input. And here's the things that we need to really emphasize on. Again, and in this one, the man, if you've seen the series, was abusive. There's a scene in here. I'm not going to ruin it for you because it's a really pivotal scene. But there's Dinah Washington, because as you know, she favored Dinah Washington, you know, all those really fantastic people back in the day. There's a time when she's about to sing and Dinah Washington is sitting there in her audience. So you know this is, I mean, she looks up to her. But there's an incident that happened. So when you guys see it, tell us, do you think that was, I don't know, accurate? How did you take that scene? Because me and her kind of took it in a very not good kind of way. Tell us what you think about that scene. You'll know. Dinah Washington in the audience when Aretha is about to sing. Let us know what you think about it. And then with Forrest Whitaker in here as the dad, preacher.
Yeah, they skipped over him too. They didn't really show you
what happened when he dealt with the 12-year-old.
Yeah,
none of that.
They didn't even show you him really partying. We heard the party downstairs one time.
All the time, yeah.
One time, that's it. And then she had a conversation with him because he said something about her, you know, the way she was acting. And then she's like, look at you.
They did not dip into her father's past.
Skimmed over stuff. It was
all we knew is that the mom was already gone. We didn't get any of the why she was gone. We didn't get any of the her father had impregnated a 12-year-old girl and he's supposed to be a pastor and they're on the circuit, but then his daughter gets pregnant while they're on the circuit. I mean, this is a gospel circuit.
Did we get how the mom died even?
No, we didn't even really get why the mom left until a little bit later. But again, me already hadn't watched the series. I knew while she left. I knew it, but I agree with you what you're saying. Some of it was skimmed over. Yeah, and I think this is probably why I'm guessing. Again, I don't quote me on this, but I'm guessing that this might be the script that her family might have approved of a little better.
It is the script that the family approved. So I feel like if you watch the movie, right, and you feel like we did, well, especially since we saw the series first. If you haven't seen the series, like, go back to Hulu, or it might be in other places as well, and watch Genius Aretha, and then that will fill in all the blanks that they left out in this movie, because there was a lot. It's basically
like you said, they just kind of powdered it a little. The series got gritty with it. Like, they show when her, you know, she's saying,
because it was 4 nights, you get like 4 hours.
It was.
This movie was 2 hours and 32 minutes, but they still really didn't show that much. They focused on they focused on just a few years of her life. Like, we didn't even get to when she married Glenn Turman. So it ended in 1972, and then it was just blurbs. She went on to do this. She went on to do that. At the end, series, they showed like when she made her comeback with Freeway of Love and all that, and how she made these hits, and it showed more clips of her, you know, singing and stuff, and doing this one we did get to see her singing at Obama's ceremony.
The real clips, that's it at the end. Make sure you stay. You're going to see some clips that will make your heart, oh my gosh. Yeah. That was one of the parts where I almost teared up. Yeah. Like, when the theater's over, when the movie's over, I'm already about to head out. But for some reason, I'm like, everybody else is sitting here, so let me hold on. And it was just with seconds, it just came up. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was just so good.
I love when they show the actual person that the movie is about.
It's paying tribute. That's what you should. You should absolutely do that. Yeah.
So how many clappers would you give it?
I'm going with 4. Jennifer Hudson, I mean, her voice gives you chills all the time. And I think she did such a fantastic job in here. And you know what? I don't recall, and just let me know if you caught it. I don't recall hearing any of Aretha's actual voice until the clips at the end. Yeah. This is all Jennifer Hudson singing because she can blow like that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give it, and I almost feel like this is being generous from me, 3 clappers. And what? I didn't get chills when Jennifer Hudson sang. I don't. Okay. I think she could blow, sure, she could sing. But I felt almost more like, if you love Jennifer Hudson, it's almost like a Jennifer Hudson concert singing Aretha songs. I couldn't fully get into it. I couldn't fully get into it with Jennifer Hudson. Even though she's a great actress. I just couldn't. And then I couldn't, even though I thought Marlon did a superb job, I just kept thinking about him and Mo Money when, like, Damon would do the white voice.
I kept thinking about him when he was a little baby. What?
Henning told me that joke.
Oh no!
That voice. Every time I heard him talk, it just threw me back to that voice. And I'm sorry, that's not his fault. So I'm not blaming him for that. But every time he spoke,
that was Damon that did that,
so they could do the his voice was sounding like Damon's voice when he was doing that impression to me. That's what I'm saying.
I keep thinking about what was the movie he was a baby, because it just came on TV the other day. He's like this. He's actually an adult criminal, but he's acting like a baby. I seen that the other day, and they're always so goofy, which is most of the roles they play, so super goofy. But then when you see, all right, Marlon, you can, you can do this, and he did a fantastic job. I really like seeing him in a drama this deep.
I know he did a really good job, but every time he's
talking, you keep thinking about
he's talking like this, and I'm just thinking about more money. I'm sorry, I just my wife, Franklin.
Well, this is, like we said, it's PG-13. If you're really into it, like I was, you really wouldn't notice it was that long. I did know when it started hitting around like 2:10, roughly, but you won't notice it. You're going to hear a lot of stuff, but I highly recommend, just like she says, to watch the series first. It'll put you more in depth. I would say
watch the movie first, right?
Oh, I was telling her to watch the series first.
And then watch the series to fill in the blanks. Because we watched the series, right?
We went in more depth.
We watched the series because it came out first. So we watched it, right? Mm-hmm. And then we saw the movie. So I felt like, I'm sitting there like, really? We're just going to skip this? Really? We're done. We're not going to talk about
That's why I think you watch the series first so you can see what happened. And then when you watch the movie, you won't have those questions.
You'll appreciate it more, because I probably would have appreciated the movie more and been like, oh, that was so good.
If you didn't see the series.
But it was still weird the way they jumped from that man talking to her to she had a baby. Did she have a baby as a kid?
But that's what the series. But the series told us that, though.
I know, but then I would go and watch the series.
Oh, I want my understanding first and then go forward.
Well, you do what's right for you.
I like to be in order.
If you haven't watched them yet, I would suggest watch the movie, because you're not going to get that much information from that. You're just going to see a bunch of Jennifer Hudson singing here and there and everywhere. And then watch the series. But she thinks you should watch the series first and then watch the movie. I feel like if you watch the movie,
it's more informative.
That's why I didn't like the movie that much, because I felt like,
you feel like they sugarcoated stuff?
They sugarcoated stuff. And after seeing the more informative one, this one didn't give me jack. Other than we get to appreciate Jennifer Hudson singing some more.
I like the movie better than I like the series. Though I'm a big fan of wanting to know if it's true. I'm okay with knowing, here's what happened when she was 12 years old, which is one of the biggest things for me. I think we talked about that.
It is true that she had a baby.
Right, at 12 years old. But what I'm saying is that I would rather know all those details first, because in the movie, you're like you said, you get a little flash of her, a sight. How old was she? Is she pregnant? Who's the dad? Which is another thing that was brought up in there. But I felt better already watching the movie why I seen certain stuff, and they just kind of.
I get that. That's
razzle-dazzle over it.
We gave them choices, and I hope that we didn't give away too many spoilers. I mean,
no, because most of this is on the.
It's on Aretha. Yeah, you could look her up. She's a real person, so this stuff really happened.
Okay. Well, I had fun with this movie. I loved it. I would probably go maybe take my mom to see it, because that Aretha Franklin was back in her day and all that. But I think my mom would really like this.
My mom. Mm-hmm. People were clapping.
Why do people clap in the movie theater? That is for theater. That is for the theater.
I know, they were whooping and woo! You tell me, girl. Yeah, woo!
I was saying that in my head.
When people were singing, there was mainly this couple in front of me. Even when
there was an older couple in front of me, and they were just
even when everybody else kind of calmed down on the clapping. As soon as Jennifer Hudson was singing together,
she can't blow her. I mean, seriously, the girl got outstanding pipes.
We're in the movie, and the only way Jennifer Hudson would know that happened in my particular movie showing is if she watched our review or somebody watched it and told her, because otherwise they can't see you. They don't know.
That's why I say if you're the type of person to think you need to chit chat or like talk a lot, go to the matinee earlier through the week. Don't wait till Saturday, because Saturday and Sunday, especially if you go in the afternoon, it's going to be super packed. People are chatty unless you go to the Alamo. They do not allow talking.
Ours was not packed. We had probably about, I'd say, I'm going to guess about 15 people in there.
Ours is about 20 and it was the first show.
Still one person sitting towards the bottom. Why? Can somebody please tell me in the comments?
Don't tell me they were on a cell phone.
Yes.
You know what?
Bright as day. Like there is a dimmer switch on the cell phone. Also walk yourself outside.
Go outside, because you know what? When a couple times people did that, I turned into a caramel Karen. If you don't stop, I'm going to ask you if you could please tone it down. If you say no or keep doing it, I'm going to be a Karen, and I'm going to go get staff. So you can call me Caramel Karen. Because do not mess up my movie experience with your chit-chatting. If you're busy, if something going on at home, then you take that call outside, or you do whatever, or don't come. It's going to come on TV eventually. Don't be selfish.
The theater will refund you or give you a new ticket or something.
Yeah, if you have to reschedule, but don't bring screaming babies, toddlers that want to jump, your friend that y'all like to chit-chat and talk about whoever might. Don't. Listen, y'all, don't do that. No, on a serious note, people are not paying to hear you add sound bites.
Thank you.
I mean, seriously, that ticks me off, and I will turn into Caramel Karen. Okay.
And I really hate this person didn't do this, but they were at the bottom, so you could see the phone regardless. But why is it people can look at their phone like this all day, but as soon as you're in the movie theater,
here they go.
Here they go up here like this.
Nobody cares that you have a cell phone, dude. Go out.
Like, why?
Step to the side. You can go right out there, not even miss anything. You can stay right there, right after the first door closed, and you can peek. But if it's that serious, maybe you shouldn't be there. Okay? I'm done with my rant.
I want to comment like, ooh.
I want to rant. I'm done with my rant.
What'd she say? Why did you say that to her?
She actually go up to and do that to them, and that will make them so uncomfortable. Hey, I'm just
tell her you're in the movie, though. Tell her you're in the movie, because we're trying to watch it.
And you know what? You can also get in trouble doing that stuff? People like to pirate films.
Yeah.
And I sat and watched somebody attempting to do that. He had about 5 more seconds, and I was about to go report him because he kept ducking, and I kept seeing the light go on. And I'm looking at the screen, so I'm knowing he's recording the movie. And you know how that ticks me off,
on
right?
a cell phone or on a
on his cell phone. You know how bootlegging and piracy ticks me off?
Yeah.
But I'm saying y'all can't do this type of stuff. Now, just have respect for everybody else that's there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or go on an off day. Tuesdays are great. Tuesdays and Wednesdays. When first matinee, 10, 11, those are fantastic. Go in there and have fun then. But don't do that when other people are in there. Pay the same respects. That's all we're saying.
Thank you.
That's it. So,
PSA.
We want to thank you very much for tuning in to our review of Respect, starring Jennifer Hudson.
AKA
Don't forget,
Aretha.
Don't forget, we are on Facebook. We are on YouTube. We are on Instagram. Like, subscribe. Tell us what you want to see. Tell us. It doesn't matter if it's old or new. Let us know what you want to see. We'll review it. We'll shout you on the show, and we'll tag you. All right? So let us know what's up. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.